Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Kuroko no Basket 2, Episode 20. And because I want to hurry up and get to the parts of Murasakibara, and I'm going to try and hurry through the beginning parts of this episode, especially since they're not really worth talking about, nothing really happened. Imayoshi was trying to convince us that Saren might lose to Fodder. No. No, they're not. They're not. All right. I saw no point to this. They could have just skipped all this. Hyuga had this speech in the middle of that first game, but it was pointless. There was that they wasted the speech. Because why waste a speech like that in a game where we know they're gonna win? I just didn't see the point of that. They should have saved that speech for like Yosen or something like that. But whatever. And they beat that team. They beat a bunch of other fodder teams, and then they're gonna go on and finally face Yosen. Yosen. Speaking of Yosen did this remarkable thing where 2 times in a row, 2 different opponents, they prevented them from scoring a single point. A complete blowout. Okay, that's impressive. Yosen is awesome. Alright, Yosen is awesome. That's why I think they might be better than Toho, because it's that whole thing about the impenetrable force against the immovable object, you know. Who's going to win? You don't know. That's what they try to use to build up this match with Saren. You see the Yosen guys talking and looking at tape. Saren was looking at tape too. There was this one scene that I didn't care about with Alex going up to Tatsuya, talking with him, trying to act up and say, you know, I'm not a kid anymore. Blah blah blah. Stop dreaming. Like, I don't care. I don't care how Alex treats him. I don't care what his relation. I don't care about how those two react to each other. I really don't. I just don't care. I just don't care. When she came, all of the guys on Yosen were jealous except for Murasakibara. Listen, all right. 90% of the comedy in Kuroko is the same exact thing. Like it gets like I'm impressed Fujimaki can do this so often since there are barely any girls in the series at all. It's just Alex, Momoy, and Rika, so I'm impressed that he can keep doing the same kind of comedy over and over and over again, where every member of every team in the entire series gets jealous whenever a girl shows up and talks to someone that isn't them. Like, I'm impressed he can do that, but it kind of gets boring after a while, so I didn't care about that at all. But after that, after the whole looking at tape thing, we see Aomine finishing his teaching of Kuroko. Kuroko's improved. He makes 7 out of his 10 shots now. So his percentage is 70%. And Aomine starts explaining how it is that he was able to get Kuroko to improve that much. And he says it's because he just looked at his current style and found out a way to use his current style in order to make him a better shooter. And he also says something else here, something that's incredibly important. If you take anything out of this episode, take this out of it, okay? If you remember anything, remember this, okay? Aomine mentions that Akashi is the one that taught Kuroko his style. So, if that was the case, shouldn't he have known how to get Kuroko to improve his shooting? Okay, that's incredibly important. That is something you want to remember. Okay, you want to remember that. All right. Out of all the things in this episode, that is the thing you want to remember the most. Okay. Akashi teaching Kuroko his style and how he should have known how to get Kuroko to increase his shooting percentage. Okay, that will come up later. Alright, we haven't seen Rakuzan in any games yet at all. We haven't seen Akashi in any games yet at all. But once we do start to see him, it'll come out why that's important. So you want to remember that. Alright? You want to remember that. That was the most important part of that scene. But something else that was pretty important too is that Aomine mentioned that it's hard for him to score against Murasakibara. Okay? Aomine. The dude's like an offensive machine, and he finds it hard to score against Murasakibara. Okay? It doesn't mean he can't. He can, it's just incredibly difficult. But still, that's I mean, still, that's for Murasakibara to make it hard for Aomine of all people to score, then you know the dude is good at defense. And when the game finally starts, we see why. Well, first it was Murasakibara got a jumper violation, which surprised me, because there are never any penalties in Kuroko, ever. So, for Fujimaki to actually put one in there, it impressed me. Alright, I'm already impressed with the game so far. There was actually a penalty call. Alright, but Saren ends up getting the ball, and I think that they found a way to break through Yosen's defenses. They thought they found a way to outsmart them. No. He gets crushed by Murasakibara. He gets crushed, alright? Then they tried to outsmart them again a couple minutes later. Murasakibara stops him again. And it turns out it's not just the paint, alright? But everything within the three-point line. That's his entire defensive zone. If you're inside there, then you're not going to score. Pretty much, alright? So, that's... Alright, Murasakibara, man. This dude's impressive. He's incredibly impressive. This dude's awesome, alright? He's... All of the Generation of Miracles are good, but I want to put him as third best, but Kisei can copy Aomine. So, I don't know what. Keep in mind, Kaijo is still in the tournament, so we haven't seen all of what they can do, and keep in mind there's a chance that they will improve since the last time we saw them. So I'm saying that Kisei can copy Aomine, but he's probably better now. So it's probably like I don't even know. I don't even know what I can say to hint at things without legitimately giving them away. But the point is that Kisei is good, but Murasakibara is just as good. All right, maybe at this point in time he's better. He's one of the best of the Generation of Miracles, which, I mean, they're all good, but you know what I mean, alright? The dude's amazing. The dude's amazing. I have a feeling I'm going to really enjoy this game. But as for this episode, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10, because over half the episode was just not pointless, but, well, yeah, actually, yeah, kind of pointless. Kind of pointless. The 0.5 is because of the Murasakibara stuff at the end, plus what Aomine said. So, yeah, that's that. I'll give this episode a 6.5 out of 10. Alright, I'm looking forward to the next few episodes with this game. But, yeah, that's it for now, you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.